Last September, I visited Cleveland, Ohio, as a guest of fellow YouTuber Brandy Borgia, who is the leader of Acid Entertainment. In her company and that of fellow team member Sean Adams, I had the pleasure of being escorted around the district to see some interesting sites, locations, and of course to participate in paranormal investigations. It connects onto the room next door, doesn't it? All of the paranormal material captured was subsequently shared through a series of videos, but there was much more material of ordinary American life which wasn't. Here are my video recollections of some of the interesting people and places I met on my visit.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
So I'm just for the camera, these two guys I've chatted to, really nice guys, and what are you doing at the moment? Putting up
Changing light bulbs.
just changing light bulbs, yeah.
Light bulbs.
Lamps, as they're called in the business.
And this man is one of the earliest people I met was Dana Patterson, a Cleveland maestro of the neon sign, who invited me to his studio to see his more artistic creations. I'll have to come back at night and film that then.
It's beautiful.
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, I don't know about rude. Maybe you got busy, I don't know.
I'm here for 2 weeks.
If you came back. The camera would enjoy it too.
Oh, hey, I'll tell you what, you ought to come in and
Take that back. Take that back to England. They would enjoy seeing that.
Show you the sculptures I do. A series of neon chandeliers that I've produced as far as Brooklyn, New York City. And I have a barrister that commissioned some work up in Ontario, Canada.
Excellent.
And I'm going to light this one up so you can see.
Cool, that sounds really good. Wow.
As you can see, it's very soft and subtle light. A lot of neon signs are very, very bright. And what I've done is I've alleviated a process of mercury introduction into all the units that go into this particular sculpture. And hence we have a very nice soft ambient lighting.
And the contrast of colours, and they all run together, don't they?
Yeah, they're actually all different. There's some separate units here. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or possibly 6 separate units, but I do have other colors welded on here. So you can see that. This is my favorite one.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that something?
How many hours work?
Oh gosh, these are labor intensive. Big time. I've probably got 100 hours into 150 hours into all 5 of them.
That one looks almost like some kind of sci-fi ray gun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Like that's the handle, isn't it? You know? And
yeah, like a gun.
Yeah.
Karma Sutra gun or something. Anyway, that's it.
That is brilliant.
Joan Jett, you ever hear of her?
Yeah.
I've done work for Joan Jett and the punk rock band from New York City, the Ramones. I met and ended up knowing those guys for 15 years, and they bought work for me also.
Fantastic.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And how many years you been doing this, Donna?
26 years.
26 years.
And we know there's only one thing better than neon.
Whilst Dana was showing me his work, an eclectic mixture of Americans came and went from his workshop, including these 2 young guys whose art interest was more into tattooing, which they were keen to show me on camera. Again? Do you want to say your name?
Oh, Charles.
This is what your brother did?
Yeah, my brother does these tattoos. And I got that tiger done like maybe a week ago.
Excellent.
And then I got all these done.
Do you know what? I haven't got a single tattoo. That sound bad?
I got all those done. He did
I'll tell you why. I haven't got any tattoos, shall I? Because my father's body is covered in tattoos.
No kidding.
And if your dad's done that, you think, oh, he's done that.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's right though, isn't it?
I got my rosary done just the other day. It's still in the healing process. You see some of the scabbing in the skin. I'm gonna get a scripture here.
In the UK, the authorities are seemingly obsessed with preventing anybody videoing inside historic buildings, but access to sites is a lot easier at night. Whilst in the USA, the reverse is true, and most filming has to take place by dusk, or the police and park rangers can prosecute you. Having said that, some great EVP was captured here at Squires Castle. In the UK, where guns and virtually everything is banned, it struck me as odd that the local lending library had to place a no handgun sign on its door. I can only surmise the overdue fees on books must be something horrendous. Whilst on the subject of guns, I was able to make a brief visit back to the old days of the American settlers in this finely preserved township in Ohio. No longer the town jail with wild bars and reckless cowboys, the site has adapted to more leisurely pursuits such as collectors and antique shops and an abundance of cafes and restaurants. For me, it was a delightful excursion back in time, and one that I thought I would never see in these more modernistic times.
Okay, well...
Moving on to wild times, one evening myself and Sean visited my favourite pub in Cleveland to enjoy a quiet pint of Guinness beer and to reflect on camera with our own thoughts on my visit to Cleveland and the fact that up until then I'd only met one antisocial American, with the majority of people being warm, friendly and decent. However, this young lady hoving into view was determined to make my visit as unpleasant as possible.
I'm out here. Oh, sorry, we're in the way. Sorry, cut it.
The interview just went sour.
What wasn't seen on camera at this point was that this girl pushed Sean's seat forcibly whilst he was filming. The outside terrace was empty, making this assault completely unnecessary and of course quite provocative.
Warm and friendly. I love the place. Currently the temperature here is about 72 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a lot warmer than it is in England at the moment. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow night when we get the opportunity to go to the haunted house, and hopefully we can capture something very interesting on camera.
At this point, things returned to, well, a relative normality, but the girl was far from finished with us. Sean then gave a short commentary on camera, which incensed this girl to the point that she took out her cell phone and started to appear to make calls, talking as loudly as possible during the interview from her seat, which was at least 10 feet away.
Best strange thing that happened during our investigations at the time of the train trestle and between the Old Chestnut Grove Cemetery is when I was filming her, you know, I didn't see with my eye, but looking on the camera, there was a strange light. It didn't move. It was in one spot. It got bigger and bigger and kind of just like sitting there, and then it just faded away. But we thought since it was during the season of summer, you know, that we'd figure it would be fireflies. So we wanted to try and figure, you know, what a shot of fireflies would be like. Well, we waited until last minute because it's towards the season when we would see no fireflies anywhere. So, you know, we tried looking at all the YouTube pages about what fireflies look like compared to that strange light I caught on camera.
Republican or Democrat?
Republican.
Oh, you donkey. Oh, no. Elephant.
Rather than cause a scene, we decided to pack away the camera and place it in its bag, which I pushed below my seat. A few minutes later, this young lady left her seat once again and went to a fire hydrant or faucet opposite us and opened it up, forcing gallons of water to spew across the seating area. I of course remonstrated with her and grabbed my camera bag in the nick of time, and her apparent excuse was that she thought the faucet was leaking and accidentally opened it up rather than turning it off. Aware that I was a traveller in a foreign land, I decided to leave rather than face a more robust confrontation with her, although I did report the incident later to the pub. Despite this one bad confrontation, I really thoroughly enjoyed my visit to America, and particularly the company of everybody I met. I'm hopefully returning back on July the 9th and will be joining Acid Entertainment on many investigations into the paranormal, and will be returning back to the UK on July the 26th. I'll even be enjoying my birthday on July 11th in the USA. Whilst in America, I'll be making regular podcasts on my progress and experiences, and look forward to being able to provide you all with more paranormal videos from America. Until then, I thank you for all your support and for my work here on YouTube.